Chapter 13 deals with graphing, and in order for us to understand graphing, we have to understand the coordinate system. What you see right here is a coordinate system where this is just a number line that lays down called the x-axis, and this is a number line that stands up that's called the y-axis. Where these two graph is where each one of them is 0. So my x is 0 and my y value at this point is 0. Now if I go to the right of 0, it's positive, and the first space would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Now if I go left from 0, then I get negative values. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So, same thing happens when I've got a number line that stands up. If I go to the bottom or down from 0, it's also negative. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So if I go above 0, then I have +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, and so on. Now, the next thing you need to know about this, in a coordinate system, we have quadrants. Where everything is positive, we have quadrant 1, and going counterclockwise, we have quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Now, another thing you need to know, when we graph points on this coordinate system, the first number in this coordinate system is always your x value, comma, your y value. Alright? So if I have this point A, it's at x equals 0 and y equals 3, where those two lines cross. Well, x equals 0 right here. That means I don't go to the right or to the left, because if I go to the right of 0, I get a positive number. If I go to the left of 0, I get a negative number. And we want our x to be positive, to be 0. And then our y value from here is a +3, so we go up 3, and where the line x equals 0 and y equals 3 crosses, that's where our point goes. And since we're going to graph more than one point, we need to label it. That point is called A, so I put an A by the point that represents 0, 3. So then for point B, it's -3, 0. So I go to x equals 0, and then I move to x equals -3. Now it says that y is 0. Well, if I go up, y is positive. If I go down, y is negative. So only at this point can my y value be 0. And again, since we have more than one point, we need to label it. Now for C, x equals 4, so I go to x equals 4, and then at the same time y is also equal to 1, so I go up to y equals 1. And again, I label it. Now for D, we go to x equals -2, but then also y equals -3, so we have to go down to the point where y equals -3. Put our point and we label it. Now, what I want to know is, what is E? Well, E is right here. First, we have to find which value? You got it. We got to find X. Well, our X is a positive 1. And we're going to put a comma. Now, the second value has to be Y. So where is Y? It's at negative 1. And so we have found it. Now, I want to talk about on the x-axis, what is the value of Y? Well, this is a 0, 0. And for B, we had found that we've got x equals negative 3, but y equals, it's 0. So my x, my y, my x, my y, what is the value of y in each one of those? You got it. It's 0. Well, what do you think about on the y-axis? What do you think x is going to be? I dare you to guess it. Well, let's see. X is 0, y is 0 for this point right here. And by the way, this point is called the origin. Now, again, on A, this is the point 0, 3. Our x, our y. Our x is 0 in A, and then the origin, our x is 0. So if you guessed 0, you're right. And I just want to warn you that this information right here on the y-axis, x is always 0. On the x-axis, y is always 0. This is a very big, fat, hairy deal, and it keeps coming back and coming back and coming back. So the quicker you learn it, the better off you're going to be.